Well, welcome back, everyone. As you know, I'm your host, Colli Christante, and today we're diving into a truly breathtaking journey. We are exploring the intersection of sensuality, deep heritage, and the powerful secrets that shape our lives. Joining us today, oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this. It couldn't have come at a better time for me, especially, to be thrilled to have both these wonderful people on. So, today online, I have two extraordinary co creators, and that is Jackie Dinelli, a seasoned hospitality and B2B sales professional whose roots are steeped in the traditions of her Tuscan grandparents. And I love ancestry, so this is very warming to my heart. And the heart of slow food and vineyard culture and hearty Lahn. Ha! Did I do it right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Close enough. An
Yes.
award, yes, he's an award-winning German branding expert, former UC Berkeley instructor, and intuitive horse whisperer who brings profound emotional sovereignty to both his creative work and the natural world. Together, they have penned a captivating novel, Love and the Vines, Where Love Remembers. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. This is so exciting. It's a soulful, suspenseful journey to a very sacred Tuscan vineyard. And Jackie and Hardy, it's a place I've always wanted to go to. And now that I know you, and I'm going to end up there with you one day, sitting and drinking some wine. So, Hardy, Jackie, welcome to Colli Talk. So honored to have you.
Thank you. We are honored to be here and
Yeah.
we're thrilled.
Oh,
We're
Thank you
thrilled.
for inviting us.
oh, very much so. You know, this question for both of you right now is love and vines, right? Is such a sensory rich, deeply, I would say, emotional novel about a sacred Tuscan vineyard. The sensuality, secrets. Oh, secrets. And so, how did the two of you come together to co-create this story? And I mean, how did your distinct backgrounds, especially Jackie, your deep roots in Tuscan heritage, and Hardy, the mastery of design and presence, how did it all infuse into this book?
Go for
Should I
it.
start?
Yep.
So,
Please, yeah.
okay. So since some years I was working on another book, and
Hmm.
it's about my horse work and my healing work. So out of this came out a book of how horses are healing humans. And I was starting this book years ago. And
Oh,
I put it aside because, life is busy, life is crazy. I had a divorce. So I put it back in my computer, back in my shelf. And when we came together, I showed Jackie some of the chapters of the book.
hmm.
And because of our own journey of healing ourselves, we walked through the different chapters to find our love.
Oh,
And then out of this healing idea, Jackie said, "Hey, Hadi, the writing you're doing is so sensual, so about deep love, how to find deep love. Can we
right.
make a kind of novel out of this idea?"
Well, actually, what I said was, who doesn't love a nice romance when you're going to bed to read something, just lovely and romantic and sweet and and little sensual, I love a good, love novel when you're going to bed.
Yeah.
And when I read his writing, I said, "Hardy, you write so eloquently and so vividly." And I said, "You're writing a book, but truly it's like writing a manuscript. It just is such a beautiful story that develops very quickly in his writing,
Mm.
in your mind." And so that's when I said, "We should write a book."
Hmm.
And
Oh
he
my.
said, "Okay."
Oh wow. I
And
love
that's
it.
pretty much how it started, just
Yeah.
out of something we both love books, we both love reading.
Yeah.
We
Hmm.
obviously have been on our own journeys and now are together, really just feeding each other in things that better us and make us happy, and, we want to share this with others.
Yeah. And then we
Wonderful.
then we started the idea, and because Jackie's heritage, her grandparents are coming from Lucca, Tuscany.
Mhm.
17 years in Munich, and my best friends is like my second family. They live in Tuscany. It's a horse ranch.
Oh my goodness.
Every time when I had a very bad time in my life, I went to Tuscany. So for me, it's a place of healing. It's a place
Wow.
of amazing food. So I grew up with Italian food, and
Mhm.
Jackie is doing exactly the same.
Yeah.
So her background
Is food and wine pairing. That's what I've done majority of my adult life, and then, of course, growing up, I mean, we were all anytime our family would get together, it revolved around food and wine and, laughter and love and just enjoying being together, which,
Mhm.
that's Italian. It's can't get any more Italian than that.
and
No.
yeah, and that was the idea. If we put our love into a journey,
Mhm.
let's
Mhm.
let's put it down to Tuscany and Lucca, where the wine is born, where the food is living, where you can smell the vineyards and all this beautiful country. That's why we said, okay, let's make our journey into a story into Tuscany. That's why it's playing in Tuscany.
Beautiful. Wow. Oh my goodness. It's so I can smell and taste and hear and yeah,
Mhm.
and see it, the whole thing. And yeah, and speaking of, how you mentioned Jackie with regards to Hardy's writing, like manuscript most likely goes to screenplay, I'm sure.
And to my background, I produced two cinemas, two
Mhm.
movies in Germany. So I wrote different screenplays.
Okay.
Like as a side effect, a friend of mine, he had a movie company. So I made two movies. I made the screenplays. And when I studied design and filmmaking. So that's why the writing is what she
Mm.
says. I see the pictures and all
Mhm.
reviews. They are like, I'm sitting at your table and I'm smelling the food.
Mm.
I think this book will be a movie. Hopefully.
Mhm.
It'd be wonderful. It'd
That's
be
why, yeah,
yeah,
that's why
Mhm.
it's descriptive.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
way how we look at the world to make
Yeah, well,
see
that's
and
what makes good movies, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I was gonna ask you, Jackie,
Mhm.
like the sensory details of vineyards and the culture and the food play such a powerful role in, the atmosphere of the story. So how much of your own family's Tuscan traditions, actually, your passion for slow living,
Mhm.
how much of this found, the way into the pages of your novel?
Well, as I mentioned, I mean, any family gathering we had was revolved around, food. In different ways, obviously, a food element, and just being the nature of our heritage, obviously, wine was involved. And I grew up near wine making, uh,
Mhm.
and eventually went into winemaking. I actually was an enologist, and a lab technician and enologist at Stag's Leap Wine Cellars in Napa, and then segued into catering food and wine pairing from there. So my world has always revolved around science and food and family and wine. And so the wine culture
Mhm.
definitely played a big role, obviously, in this book, and definitely came from my background.
Yeah,
That was he brought the vivid descriptions, and I brought, the ideas for him to write.
yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
just walking the vineyards, testing the grapes. I have beautiful pictures of my daughter, and she was 3, sitting on, a huge bundle of grapes right after harvest. I mean,
Oh.
so it's my children have grown up with it as well,
And
being
si
around vines and, vineyards.
and since we're
Beautiful.
together, Jackie was inviting me always to wine
Yeah.
tastings. So every weekend, all her friends are winemakers, so we are like living this kind of
Yeah,
being in the vineyard, and she
Oh,
brought me
wonderful.
this life.
yeah.
So that's the
And and you're both in California, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Mhm.
we're a little bit spoiled being in California,
Yeah.
surrounded by beautiful scenery, vineyards, and just a wonderful growing area that we live in.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. And,
Mhm.
with regards to you, Hardy, like you're known for your work in the global branding and
Mhm.
your intuitive healing presence with horses. So how did your understanding of emotional sovereignty and deep communication translate into writing fiction and shaping the psychological depth of this story?
Um, yeah, when I started doing the horse whispering, I was starting training horses.
Mhm.
Then I found out that the people are the problem, the communication with the people
Mhm.
is the problem. So I changed more into working with people. And then I started, I'm a Reiki master. So I
Oh, okay.
don't know like what Reiki is. It's a kind of energy healing.
Yep, yep.
So this
No,
all
I know it well.
yeah. So this all came together into a kind of more healing work I'm doing. Then I
Mm.
was starting here to work with kids with special needs, and it's all about communication. So I have a whole Facebook group. I call it the Horse Code. So
Mhm.
it's like how is a non-violent kind of body language can be translated into our life, and from there everything evolves out of this. Because if you learn authentic body language, you can't lie anymore. So any kind of
Yeah.
relationship, any kind of coming close to a person is translated into how your body talks.
Right.
And this is much more intense. That's why in the book, the body language, how they meet each other, is beyond words. It's about energy. It's about how to heal each other. It's our even our own like relationships in the past, our wounds, the walls we build up.
Mhm.
This is what I do with the horseback to like pull down the walls that are stopping us to be authentic. And this is a very big part of the whole story when Dean comes to Italy, meeting a woman with relationships, with stuff in the past. And it's like my healing work I do with horses. This is
Mhm.
what Dean is doing in the vineyard.
Mm. Okay. So how did you meet?
Go ahead. I know
So
you love to.
yeah, so she clicked me on Facebook, which is
Oh,
funny.
okay.
So
This picture kept coming up, like, "You may know this person," for quite some time, and I was like, "Okay, fine. He looks nice. Sure. Okay, I'll say I know him.
yeah,
Why not?" And then he said hello, and we started chatting. We realized we have a lot in common, and so it's kinda cheesy how we met, but it was
Not
just
really. No, I don't think it's cheesy at all. Because
I
like you said,
yeah.
that was just the method of how we met each other. It was
Right.
destined to happen. That was just
and
how it happened.
yeah,
Right, the vehicle. Yeah.
Yes.
and
Yes.
Yeah.
because my horse group, it's about
Yeah.
2,700 people, so I get contacts every day,
Yeah.
and I don't chat with anyone. And
Mhm.
then
Mhm.
he came up and said, "Hello, you are on my radar the whole
Hmm.
time." And we started immediately to talk. It
Mhm.
was not a Facebook chat. We saw each other. And like I said, I'm not answering to anyone normally because it's like
Mhm.
2,000 people texting up. And then I saw her and I felt like, let's talk. So
Wow.
I believe, or we believe, that even if it sounds strange, God found a way in our modern times to show up something, and
Mhm.
then it's your turn what you do out of this.
Mhm.
Right.
We
Right.
started on the phone talking,
Mhm.
then we met in person very fast, and that was it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was love on the first
Yeah.
Oh, I
click.
love it.
We both knew very quickly
Yes.
that this was something very
Yeah.
special and how we complete each other. Sometimes we say we share a brain,
Mhm.
uh, which is, I'm
Mhm.
sure a lot of couples, feel that way. And we just really every time we're together, just it everything around is just a little rosier.
And the book is really it's our own movie,
Yeah.
how to learn or each other to love more deep, more
Mm.
authentic. So it's our kind of like a travel guide. So this book
Oh.
is a travel guide, how we through the book, every page was bringing us deeper together.
Mhm.
We came up with themes out of our past, and in the story, we healed our themes of the past.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
every page, every chapter was going like,
It was a
yeah,
healing project
yeah,
for us.
like
For
you
us.
go on
Mhm.
a journey and you meet people, you meet places, and you found each other. And we just let the persons in the book telling the story.
Oh.
Of course, there's suspense, there's a different story.
You need a little
Yeah.
bit more, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't typically have a lot of, drama and suspense in our life, but you gotta put it in the book. It makes it more
Yeah.
Oh,
fun.
yeah, absolutely. Especially when reading before bed and then, you go to sleep and the subconscious works on it,
Mhm.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
right?
100%,
Does
yeah.
All the
does
movies I ever saw was they were driving the story.
Mhm.
Part of the story, that's us.
Yeah. Yes.
It's great. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. For both of you, I was gonna ask you, the subtitle, right, calls this a novel of sensuality, secrets, and suspense, right? So why was it important to weave, these particular elements together?
I think when you're doing a story, and a classical story, it needs a kind of like drama, a kind of like not crime, but something that has to fight against this
Mhm.
love. That's a classical thing. When you do screenwriting, you have the three acts
Mhm.
of like
Mhm.
come together, then there comes something up,
Mm.
then you come back, then you heal it. So that's the classical thing that influenced, of course, the structure of the book.
Mhm.
Okay.
But on the same time, it felt like always every little thing that happens was asking for something else to happen. And
Mm.
then the idea was to put like some villains into the book. They
Mhm.
came out of nowhere. Yeah. Then they influence the story, of course. That
Mhm.
the love in the vineyard, that's one thing, but there must be something that is like threatening this.
Right.
Yes.
And then we came up with some villains to want to steal the vineyard.
Mm.
It was like step by it was a puzzle. Then
I
they
love it.
why do they want to steal a vineyard? What can be the reason?
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
we had the idea that the grandfather, who is still living there, is threatened by the villains. They want to steal a vineyard, but why?
Yeah.
Then the idea came up, maybe because if you have a vineyard with a very rare root of
Mhm.
wine,
Mm.
somebody wants to steal it. So this came.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we said, okay, if this is the secret and people are want to steal it, how can we go from there? So that the
Yeah.
grandfather, who was like the wine whisperer, he wants to create a 1 in a million wine. And with the special route, it all came into like the story was running. It
Mhm.
was
Mhm.
driving the story. And funny side story is when we came up with a
Yes.
secret route of wine, it was
So
like
cool.
just a fiction. Like,
Yeah.
oh, there's a secret route of wine. Maybe there are only 5 or 6 routes left in the world. Let's take this idea.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and then
I
Then we found out it was real.
and
Yeah.
route
Oh,
exists.
okay.
Yes. The
There,
root exists.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the route that was just fiction is real. It's called the uva morta.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a Tuscan Sangiovese
Sun-based.
route
Yeah.
where there are only 5 plants exist in the whole world.
oh my god.
I know. And so we were just like, that was wild.
Yeah.
That was wild. That needed to be
Yeah.
uncovered.
And there's so many things like that going through, the process of writing the book. And since we've, finished the book, or
Mhm.
it's never truly done, but since we've published the book, there's
Right.
so many things that have come into our life that have constantly or have given us, just like we're on the right track.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere we look, there's something, that has something to do with Italy or something that, brings us back to something in the book. And it's just been such a kick. So I've
Like
enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's like uh, how we think that God sent us through a social media together,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but it's not stopping there. But when we started the book, this happened all the time that we
Mhm.
got hints from the universe or God, whoever you call it.
The
And
synchronicity.
yeah,
Yes.
when we
Yeah.
Yes.
went to your lake house.
Yeah, my family has a lake house in Clear Lake, which is Northern California, and a little
Okay.
tiny town.
Like
Mhm.
some people.
It's yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I think maybe 1,000 people live there. Maybe more, but
Wow.
very small. And we go to the grocery store, and this woman happened to park right next to us, and
Oh, this
oh,
weekend. Sorry, this weekend was the weekend where we finished the book to celebrate it.
yes, you're
Then
Oh, okay.
we went
Okay.
to the lake.
yes, we were going to the lake to celebrate, yes, finishing the book, and her license plate, it said, "The best Italians come from Lucca." We're like, in this
What?
tiny little lake town in Northern California. We're like, "What is going on?" It was such a
How
kick.
how can be
Yeah,
like a license plate
yeah,
from Lucca in Northern California in the middle of nowhere,
yeah.
parking
Mm.
in a little shop,
In a
and
little local grocery store, just
I made a picture of this license plate, of course,
yeah,
and while I was making the picture, an older guy,
that's right.
he came out of nowhere from somewhere else
Yeah.
and asking me like, "Oh, why do you take a picture?" I said, "Oh, look, that's Lucca, that's Italy." And then he was saying in perfect mother language,
Italian.
Italian, he was wishing me a nice day, and he disappeared.
Oh my word.
I
Yeah,
know.
just like gone, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I love
yeah.
it. Oh my
Yeah, I
god,
just
that's
heard speaking
amazing.
perfect Italian. We were both like we are just flabbergasted, like, "What just happened?" Well, "Okay,
This is
Yeah.
okay."
And since we are doing the book, it's like we
Yeah,
had this 5 times
yeah.
things that 1 in hundreds of millions possibility. I was doing some, like, marketing in some Italian groups,
Mhm, mhm,
and I have a cousin, and I never talked to her since 30 years. We are not on Facebook friends. I posted something in the forum of Lucca
mhm.
about the book. My cousin texts, "Oh, hi, Hardy. I'm in Lucca right now." She's living in Germany.
Oh my god.
Since
She
30
was
years,
visiting
and
Italy.
she sent me
Yeah.
pictures from Lucca. I said,
Ah,
"That's crazy."
I know. Like I said, these things, I don't know if it's because we're seeing them or maybe they're just coming to us, but it's been quite a trip, and
wow.
just really enjoying.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
book is
Oh, the ride is incredible,
Yes.
right? I mean, it's incredible. I was gonna ask you, with regard you mentioned secrets, and so what what do secrets and tension do to the human spirit in a setting as timeless as a vineyard?
Oh, I know.
I think
You can answer this one better than I might. Oh, there's too many things.
I think the idea is when I learned more about winemaking because
Mhm,
of she, and she introduced me to all the winemakers,
right?
so I was diving a little bit into, like, the winemaking.
Mhm.
I think when you see how you make a wine, and this is a part of the story when the grandfather is fighting a hurricane in the vineyard, it's
Right?
life is making a good wine because you have a good soil. That's the
Mhm,
foundation. Then
mhm,
plant a root. The root has a heritage, so it must be a good root. Then you plant this. Then you grow this up like with your hands. Then you have to read the weather. Then you have to feed the soil. So it's like a good relationship, or even like growing up in life is
mhm.
exactly the same metaphor like doing a good wine up to the end. Even what kind of barrel do you use for your wine? What kind of special
Yeah.
ingredients you put into the wine, like some add-ons. That's all about relationship, love, and life. It's like never ending, and up to the end there can be a hurricane. And you have to
Mhm,
your plans. You have to fight the weathers. You have to fight pests, whatever can happen. And then you harvest. And even after the harvest, the real work starts.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
you marry a person. That's not the end. That's where the work starts. That's why all of this develops into a metaphor for growing together.
Mhm.
Mhm,
Why the wine is always all the quotes just about life and love and sensuality, because you have to smell it, you have to touch it. You have to
mhm.
really go deep into your senses to make a good wine. It's not only chemicals, it's knowledge, of course, but it's a feel that you can.
Right.
Yeah.
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 And it's so true, right? I mean, the everything starts in the root.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so the connection, with regards to the root and the ancestral, your lineage in for both of you, right? And then the coming together and just the serendipity and it's amazing because it's how many people in life go through life not doing and, up, you know, actually uprooting and looking at their lineage and looking at the metaphors and looking at life in the synchronistically beautiful way that it offers to us, right? It's rare. I mean, you have a true love story and an amazing because the serendipity the continues. So it's not like it's just like one thing and then okay, yeah, yeah, whatever. It's a continuum. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the beauty. That's the I mean, it's just like you say, it's the universe just showing up and saying, "Yes, this is the path. This you were both on the path and you were." I just love this story. I just like it gives me God bumps, woo, God bumps.
And
It
yeah,
like,
sorry.
I was gonna say, it just keeps yeah, like I said, all the serendipitous things just keep reaffirming that this is the path and this is the way that we should be going.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
so that's been encouraging.
Well, for sure. I mean, it's a journey and even into the journey to save a sacred vineyard, right? The
Mhm.
characters often have to, unearth deep truths about
Yeah.
themselves, right?
Yeah.
So what are can you if you're willing, maybe a little snippet of some of the truths you've unearthed about yourself through this journey?
Oh, well, I mean, being older, coming together was, a couple being older, we
Mhm.
all both have, our past and our histories of, you know, trial and error in relationships.
Oh,
So
yeah.
and like I tell my kids, this is not an autobiographical, story. This is fictitious, but there are definitely some pieces of us, uh,
Right.
all over the book. So coming together as an older couple and just learning how to learning how to nurture an early relationship, and a lot of it is trust and faith, which I've learned. I know Hardy has really helped me embrace this. That's something that was a little bit difficult for me, you know, previous, because
Mhm.
I had some other, I had some other relationships that I thought I could trust in faith, and it didn't work. So, I had a little fear, and
Yeah,
as I constantly tell my teenage children, I constantly tell them, "You listen to what people say, but most importantly, watch their actions, and
exactly.
if they don't match, then they're full of, pucky." And that is one thing that I think in the book, it's well rooted and was something that Hardy has definitely taught me. I watch and I listen to everything he says and does, and his actions 100% match. So I learned to trust and respect him just for allowing me to be calm and accept this and, accept his love and
Mm,
really truly build something together without hesitation.
love it. Yeah, it's about receiving, right? It's so hard for sometimes us women to receive.
Mhm.
It
And
really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's a part of the book too, is because especially because of my horse work, there are a lot of like horse women who had bad relationships. They compensate this with their love to like their dogs, their horses, because they
Yeah.
are non-violent. They don't judge you.
Mm.
So all what a horse can give into a relationship is what we are all looking for in a relationship, not being judged,
Mhm.
loved for who you are, not what you are selling yourself. And I think all this influence the story, and the idea of the book is not to make people feel like, "Oh, that's how love is in a story." The idea is we nearly gave up on each other in our life.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
We found together through awareness, through this book, through everything we are experiencing. And the book should not tell you, oh, there's a couple who found love,
Mhm.
tell this on. No, the idea is everybody can find that. And the book is like more like a travel guide. How do you see your own triggers? How do you see red flags? How do you see people who want to influence a relationship? So the whole journey that Dean and Sophia go through the book is to find your own trust,
Mhm.
love, and how you can maybe be more aware to find the right partner.
Yeah.
So this is not that
Yeah.
the book says, "Oh, that's it." No, you can find
Right.
on your own if you go from the book into your own life.
Y
Mm.
To put the hard work in it for
Yeah,
yourself,
Right.
understand, and yeah, like I said, just become vulnerable,
yeah,
which is scary.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's and a lot of people, I mean, in my work, a lot of people don't wanna go there. They just
Yeah.
don't,
Yep.
right? They just don't, and so, it is what it is, right? You just let it be, and but, I I remember many, many years ago when I was living in Vancouver and I was studying yoga, and I had no intention of ever becoming a certified yoga instructor, and my instructor, Sandra Sammartino, she studied in India, and she one day she came to me and she said, "You're gonna be a teacher." And I went, "No, I'm not." And she said, "Yes, you are." And I went, "No, I'm not." And "Yes, I are." "No, I'm not." But the thing is, the biggest thing that I ever took away from her is she always said to me, "Stay soft in the front
Mhm.
Mhm.
and strong in the back,
Ooh, I like it.
so
Yeah.
that you open your heart,
Mhm.
but at the same time, you can move forward because you have the strength to move forward, right? So you keep that vulnerability that you just were talking about. You keep that place, that vulnerable place, because if you don't, then you will never be able to even nurture yourself,
Mhm.
right?
And that's
So,
yeah, and that's
yeah.
what Dean is teaching Sophia in the story is
Mhm.
exactly
Mhm.
this. You can be vulnerable. I don't want to take over.
Mhm.
I want you with your
Vulnerability.
vulnerability
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
open and then be strong enough to let even someone else guide you, but not
Mhm.
take over you.
Not controlling,
Yeah.
yeah.
So part of
Exactly.
and that's a part of my personal life and my horse teaching is especially men because I'm teaching like the soft awareness is about nonviolent communication.
Right.
The role of a man is more like you have to be strong. You have to do this. You have to show up strong. Real strength is not to show up strong. It's about letting the other one open, be open,
Mhm.
overtake this.
Mm.
So strength is to let you be strong and not,
Right. I love it.
yeah. So that's a part of the whole story in the book is Dean is a strong guy.
Mhm.
He's guiding something. It's like when you have a beautiful dance. We love to dance
Mhm.
together.
Oh,
He let me lead, which is which
The first time I've let someone lead.
was a hard fight. But see,
I love it.
leading and this is I think this is what a man can do in a
Yeah.
relationship is leading without overtaking. It's just leading her to go her own way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of the idea.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think I have other options for you to do other things with regards to teaching men a few hundred things. This is great. I love it. I was going to ask you what was the most through all this, what was the most surprising discovery or emotional breakthrough the two of you experienced while writing these characters through their trials? So, what was that? What was the most surprising discovery?
Hmm. Okay. What was the most surprising discovery? I mean, there was so many individual
Yeah.
things that we thought were just fictitious that we thought of, but actually did come true.
Mhm.
I think you want us to go a little deeper than, yeah, Uva more.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I think for me,
Yeah.
the most surprising thing is with every page we did,
Mhm.
the real world answered. Because
Oh, yeah.
you're just sitting on a
Yeah.
computer writing a story. That's like a lonesome thing. But we went out for dinner. We met people in the vineyard and we were talking about the book, and the people were answering the story. So for me, the most exciting part was that the real world is answering what we were like inventing or writing. That
The
was, yeah,
Yeah, the ideas that we were bringing forth in the book, I think you kinda touched on a little bit of how the Dean and Sophia come together started happening in real life as well. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah.
and yeah, just learning more about each other. This project, I mean, I know you've written books and manuscripts and movies, and I love writing, but I've never written a book. So for me, having such a wonderful project together has definitely brought us closer.
Yeah.
And just, respecting all the hard work that he's done in order to bring it.
Mhm.
And I think it's just yeah, having a project together like this has been wonderful and just bringing us together in a totally different way that I never would have anticipated.
And
Been wonderful.
and I think as a in a relationship, as being partners, if you choose one project
Mhm.
that is, I don't know, that is helping you to think about your relationship, to work in your relationship. It's like you go to a relationship coach and he gives you like, "Oh, just do a project together. Maybe this will help you."
Right.
Mhm.
So to do a book together is forcing you to go really deep.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very deep. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, probably the deepest people do go in relationship, right? I mean, really, that's like so much goes into a book. I know, and I can't imagine writing it with someone. I mean, I've written, and it's about to get published next year, but
Yeah.
to do it with someone else, it would be like, oh my gosh, like there's so much trust and
Yeah.
so much vulnerability, right? Yeah. And
Yeah.
exposure and all that. I was thinking for our listeners here who are because they will be, they're craving more authenticity. People are, they want deep connection, even if they think not, right? So
Mhm.
for people who are listening and craving more authenticity and, deep connection and storytelling, like in their own life, right? What do you what do you hope that they could take away most when they turn the final page of Love and the Vines?
Hmm. My brain just went zzzt. I'm like, so
I
many
I
things came
think
to mind and
I think if you have faith,
Mhm,
self, and in the universe to be
mhm.
guided,
mm, yeah,
then you will see the world differently,
yeah,
and the world is answering. It's like
Okay.
if they oh, in Germany, Friday the 13th is a day of bad luck. If you go
Right.
like this, you have horrible experiences. But can
Oh,
you imagine you have this book in your hand and you say, "Wow, life can be amazing and beautiful. Let me go out and find the same thing."
or allow the unexpected to enter into your life
Mhm.
and bring a whole new way of looking at the world. I think that's something that we've created together,
Yeah.
and that is, I think, the biggest message from the book is allow yourself to be open,
Mm.
to let things come to you, have a little bit of a trust and some faith, and it may bring you into a whole new life that you had no idea.
And don't give
right.
because life is
Yeah.
always a challenge.
Yes.
Relationship is up and down. And
Oh, yeah.
in the book, there are some crises like triggering the past of both of them.
Mhm.
But they say, okay, that's the past. Let's go on.
Yeah.
And this faith, belief, and not giving up. And that's how we live. We never give up.
Mhm, mhm,
The biggest message is don't give up. And even in the book, it's not only about this couple and the grandfather. At the end, the whole village, which was like in the grip of the villains, like a mafia thing.
mhm,
There's a judge. He was blackmailed by the bad people, so he was always judging for them. And
mhm,
and then Nicola, the grandfather, Sophie and Dean, they helped him to get out of this. So even if it looks like that your environment is forcing you to not live your life, if you change your perspective and you get back to faith,
mhm,
can come out of the most horrible situation. You're working in a company and your boss is horrible, and you say every day I'm suffering, but I can't get another job, so I have to be and stay in this job. No, you don't have to. Change your environment, and there's a lot of more options coming out of this.
Change your
Yeah,
perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, right?
and that's yeah,
Yeah, it's the old, thoughts equal reality, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I was just thinking, with regards to like going back to Love and the Vines, it feels it, because I have a background in film and TV as well. It just feels very cinematic. And when you were writing these scenes, did you actually ever picture it visually as a film, or did it just unfold more through sensory feelings, tastes, and atmosphere of the vineyard?
Well, I think Hardy is a very visual person. I mean, how
Mhm.
things I mean,
Yeah.
you see it in bright color.
Yeah.
Right?
You
Yeah.
do. It is definitely alive and envision I mean, and very visual or bright colors. Go ahead, you were gonna say something. I
Yeah, like I said, I wrote screenplays, and if
Yeah,
you make screenplays, this book is a screenplay.
yeah.
Oh, for sure.
A normal novel is a little bit more, like, easier to read. This one is full of details, which I was not sure if it's too much for a book, I don't know, but this book goes really deep. So if you read the pages, you smell the food. You see the people, you dance with them, you hear the music, you hear the people. And so I think this is more really a movie in a book than a
Mhm.
book going to a movie.
Okay. Mhm. Mhm.
Sad.
Wonderful. I look forward to seeing it.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Absolutely. I can't
Was
wait,
always
actually.
did
Yeah, well,
yeah,
one of my favorite was Under the Tuscany Sun, right, with
yeah,
Diane Lane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And, just there's just something about that movie that just keeps calling me. So,
mhm,
now your new movie will be calling me.
yeah.
Great, it's great. So, you know, in writing a book together, like, as co-creators of it's a very intimate process. So, what did collaborating on this project teach you about each other that you didn't know before?
I think
Mm.
listen to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just listen. Listen to the other person.
Mhm. Yeah.
Not like going straight with your own ideas. It's like,
Mhm.
how do you feel with this?
Mhm. Mhm.
How do you see this? And really listen, like like a real conversation. And I think that's
Mm.
very rare in our times.
Oh, well, communication is first of all, where is communication these days? And second of all, yeah, right, it's rare. So, how long did this take? Like, when did you start, and when did you actually?
Well, I mean, literally, I think about 6 months ago, we had the idea.
Yeah.
It was very quick. It's the same
Wow,
thing. Hardy's a bit of an energizer bunny when it comes to projects.
he's a Leo.
He is yes, very much so,
We're
yes.
actually we're actually born on the same day, so I get
Oh, you
Yeah,
are?
we have the same birthday. That
at
was
the same
Oh my
a
birthday.
gosh.
coincidence. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
I love
Yeah.
that. Okay.
So, yeah, so
So
I
we
get
understand.
I get what you say, Energizer Bunny. Yeah.
And I think yeah, it came together it was I mean, we both love, Italy, food, and family, so the ideas came together very quickly,
Mhm.
and it actually I'd like to say the project became a much bigger project than I ever anticipated. I thought, "Oh, well, let's write a book together, something I would love to read, give it to some friends and see," and then all of a sudden it became this much bigger
Mhm.
dream, that I didn't even know that was missing from my life, and so he wrote it so 6 months ago, we came up with the ideas and kind of the theme, and then he wrote it in about 4 months.
Oh, wow.
Maximum, yeah.
Yeah.
And designed it because as a designer, the good part is I in Germany, I got some awards for book designing. That's my
Right?
specialty
Mhm.
to design printed stuff.
Mhm.
Like I said, I did books, I did journals, I did magazines. So print design is one of my specialties. So it helped. So the whole writing and designing on the same time was like 3 or 4 months maximum, and it
That's
was done.
incredible.
Yeah,
It was
it is.
done, yeah,
That's unheard of.
He would tell me, he's like, "Oh, I finished this chapter," and, "Oh, I
yeah,
just did this last night." I'm like, "What?" Then he
What?
would send it to
Yeah.
me, like and first of all, he wrote this in English. He did not write it in German, so he's writing in his second language,
Oh my
which is
goodness.
incredible. And so I was reading it, and there was very little editing, and, we did some
yeah,
changes,
yeah,
but very little editing, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is" well, I really like this book. I mean, I've obviously read it a couple of times.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, well,
Uh,
for sure, right?
yeah,
Absolutely. Oh
but
my
yeah, he wrote it
goodness.
very quickly.
That's
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'm just,
Yeah.
like, astounded because I know a lot of writers, and sometimes it takes years,
yeah.
myself
Yes.
included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's
true, yeah, your book's coming out shortly, you said.
next year.
Next
Mhm.
year? Okay.
Next year. Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, next year. But oh my goodness, I'm so excited for the both of you. I think this is like one of those I don't even wanna say magical. It's just the serendipity, the synchronicity, it just proves over and over again to myself how the universal is so intelligent, the universal intelligence flows through us as us, and then, brings together, like
Mhm.
it brought together the two of you, right? I just like, I'm so in love with this whole story and with the two of you finding this. I think it's just incredible. I'm thrilled. I'm really thrilled. And I know it's one of those stories that, my audience, which now is your audience, that, it's so because my whole podcast is on transformation.
Mhm.
And this is like such a transformative story.
Mhm.
The two of you coming together and then doing this together and now the fact that you're going to, with your book, it's going to transform the lives of a lot of people because it's going to
Oh,
give
Mhm.
what's really missing, I think, in our world right now is, yes, communication, but inspiration. I don't believe in motivation, but I believe in inspiring, and I believe in love. And I just talked to so many people, and so many people have given up on the possibilities of bringing together what you have found together. And so, like, this is so, for me, amazing. I'm just so excited. I can't wait for this to come out because I know people are going to love this. So our time is running out here, but
Yeah. Just
before
short Just
sorry.
one more thing is,
Mm.
because Jackie knows all the winemakers, the wine we created in the book, the new Sangiovese with ancient methods, we
Oh,
we plan to make the wine. So the book will have its own wine out of the book.
yeah.
oh my goodness.
Ancient methods of winemaking with terracotta pots instead of barrels.
Yeah.
Oh,
We found
wow.
a root in Tuscany that can infuse the wine and
Right?
a berry that can infuse the wine.
Mhm.
So the idea is that this wine comes out of the book and then comes with the book.
Oh my gosh. So it's like a product that
Yeah,
Yeah,
will
yeah.
come with it.
yeah,
So when are you starting the wine?
Well, this is we're just getting the idea. Of course, harvest is happening right now in
Right, right.
California, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little bit longer, but we would love to have we would love to have it as soon as we possibly can, but maybe not until next harvest.
yeah.
Right, right. And so I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of other product that could go with this,
Mhm.
right?
And
I mean,
again,
I
it's just
could.
something that fun that we both enjoy. I mean,
Yeah.
I love being a part of winemaking,
Mhm.
food, and being able to work with some wonderful, friends that do have their own wineries near us, and being able to have a project with them,
And
which is
Oh,
Jack
for
wonderful.
sure.
Jackie is a specialist in wine and pairing. So
Mhm.
when we did the book, because all the food in the book is really authentic,
Yeah.
so you can find it in Tuscany. We tried most of it, so we cooked most of
Oh.
it.
Oh, oh,
And
oh.
Research,
yeah,
research.
research. And the idea is next book will be like food and wine, how you pair, how you cook, how you Tuscan
Mhm.
food.
Yeah,
This book is inspiring thousands
yeah.
of ideas. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, well, it's, like, inspiring me right now. I'm going, "Okay, when can I come to California and go to, Tuscany?"
Yes.
And then meet your friends, right, as well,
Yeah.
Hey,
and
come
Oh,
visit
yeah,
us. We'll
please.
make you some, authentic,
oh my god, I am
Handmade
so.
chocolate.
noodles
Yeah.
and
Oh,
sauce,
yeah.
some good
I'm
Mhm.
so
wine.
there. I'm so there. It's great, I love it. Oh my god, like I said, this is gonna be a fun interview, and it has been, right?
Thank
So,
you.
Thank you.
we've got to close, but I wanna ask, you to share. I mean, I'm going to share, but also I love to have my guests share with their own voice. Where can your audience pick up a copy of the book and
Mhm.
follow your ongoing creative journey?
Yeah. No, the book is on Amazon.
Mhm.
If you if you put in Love in the Wines, Love and
Mhm.
the Wines, where love
Okay.
remembers, you'll
Mhm.
find the book. There's a hard copy, there's a soft cover, and there's an ebook. And we are working right now on the Audible book. So
Mhm.
this will
Oh.
come out in
Yeah.
about maybe 2 weeks.
Mhm.
And we have a Facebook group that has the same name, Love and the Wines. And there we share quotes out of the book, all the serendipities, all the experiences, the quotes out of the book. So the idea is, because the Facebook group was planned as a launch group to bring
Mhm.
for the launch,
Right?
now it's more developing in giving quotes for life, like the wisdom out of the book
Mhm.
will be the next stage in the group because the launch is done.
Mhm.
So
Right.
the idea is that the Love and the Wines Facebook group will bring people together with like the experience and the wisdom of the story. So
Mhm,
that it
mhm.
should be something that develops on its own
Mhm.
to let the journey go on.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Life.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
and the sequel,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's been a wonderful way to connect with people, and we've met so many really wonderful people that
Mm.
we would not have, and just the things that they've said that they've learned and taken from the book has been really it's been more than I could have imagined. It's
Mhm.
been wonderful. So I'm glad that it's touched them in such a positive way.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it couldn't be wonderful if you weren't, and you are.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
We
So I
appreciate
want
that.
to say blessings to both of you. I'm so in love with your love, and it's a beautiful journey, and it gives me hope and inspiration, and I know it will to our audience. So thank you so much, both
Thank
of you, for sharing your time, your precious time, because I know you're busy, and like you're busy people, and so I can't wait to share this with our audience. So thank you so much. So much love to you both, and I can't wait to meet you in person.
thank
Oh,
you.
yes,
Can't
yes.
wait either. That'd be
And thank you.
wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you for
Absolutely.
Yeah.
inviting us. This has
Oh,
been
for sure.
quite
Like,
a
this is
treat,
just
and
oh,
Yeah,
enjoyed meeting you.
we're
you're
so
so
happy we
you're
can
so
share.
deserving. You're so deserving, and
Yeah. Thank you.
I just know this is huge. So lots of love to both of you.
Thank
You
you,
too.
Colin.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Yeah, big
Bye-bye.
hug from California to
Yes.
Canada.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Right.
Bye-bye.